When I put on these Wunderlicht lowering pegs, they're advertised as a 25mm drop, but that's not the case with the rally frame here. So on this 2023 1250GS, so the peg drop I got on the right hand side was 14mm, and I managed to adjust the brake pedal down 13mm. But on the left hand side, the peg drop here was equivalent to a 20mm drop, but you could only adjust the gear lever down 6mm, because if you lowered it any further, it catches on the side stand. So what I've done is I've done an AliExpress special, €33.46, including a postage, and that's for everything you see here. And I've gone for this. I'm not going to bother fitting the brake side. It is an adjustable pedal with 2 positions and all sorts, and yeah, it's made out of a bit of billet aluminium. People say billet aluminium as if it's some sort of badge of honor. It just means it's a low volume manufacturer, and they have to machine it out of a piece of billet aluminium because they can't afford to cast it because they're not making enough of them. So, you know, it's like this is a bit of cast metal because they're making thousands and thousands and thousands of them. So it's a more efficient method of manufacturing and lower cost when you're doing it in big volume. You've got small volume, you've got to machine it. So when someone says it's made out of billet aluminium, it's no biggie. It's just they have to do it that way because that's the cheapest way of doing it. Anyway, that's an aside. So I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use this, see if I can fit this and clear the stand. If that doesn't work, and I'm thinking it might not work, but if that doesn't work, the other reason I got this was you can offset, see the actual pedal there. It's on a bit of a cam, so that might give me another, I don't know, might give me another 7 or 8mm down on the peg, which might make it a bit more useful. We'll see. Let's go and fit it. I can see one design flaw already. See this clamp nut here, which clamps this in position. Yeah, they really should have put that on the top. See, the idea is if this vibrates, and let's say if this comes loose for any reason, at least in the top, there's a good chance it's staying in. On the bottom there, if it vibrates loose, it just rotates out and falls out. So you definitely want to thread that lock in place once you've decided where you want that. Yeah, that should really be on the top. Let's see anyway. So this little rubber piece here, or spongy piece, you get a new one in the kit. So I haven't adjusted that as yet. I'm going to leave that as yet. So I took the pin out, so that's easy to get out. Right, see how we get on. So I've got to put on my new linkage ball, so we'll put some thread lock on that. Be reasonably generous. And in true Chinese fashion, that's either 11mm or a 3/8. It couldn't be a 10 or a 12, could it? No. Right, it's nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. Now the connection here is slightly different than the BMW one. There's a spacer in the new kit. So that spacer goes in there, fits well. So this original washer on the BMW side, you actually don't use because it doesn't fit over this and it's not supposed to. So we'll keep that with the original kit. Right, I can immediately see what looks like a nice drop. I haven't adjusted this any, but look at the problem. This is hitting here on the pedal much worse. Now, I know I can raise this because there's plenty of upward adjustment on the BMW. So let's see if I can raise it enough to clear this and then see if the top of this gear pedal is still lower than where it was previously. Okay, I moved the adjuster one turn back, which lifted the pedal up slightly, which now clears the side stand. Now we just need to measure and see, did I get much or any of a drop out of it? Good, I'm happy with that. I'll take my BMW lever, put the bits back the way they were, and a piece of cable tie. That'll remind me which way everything went if I ever come to fit that back. You can see the adjustability. My cam. So we'll just have it at the lowest position there. And now everything's in place, we'll thread lock it. Because it's a silly design having the bolt come in from the bottom. Another Torx. Job done. So the end result was this peg, when I lowered it, dropped to 20 mil, but I could only adjust this down 6 mil with the original BMW gear lever. So I went for this AliExpress cheapo with an offset toe piece at the end, and I've managed to drop that by another, let's see, 9 mil. So my overall drop now here is 15 mil, and my drop here was 20 mil. So that's kind of restored a little bit of the balance. I still can't go any further than that, because if I adjust it lower, and it will adjust lower, but if I adjust it lower, it catches the side stand like it did on the original BMW one, but it caught this a lot earlier. So I've restored some of my balance back, so I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that for 33 euros. As for the quality, yeah, I mean, look, the BMW item is a nice cast item. The black anodizing on the peg here is a bit cheapo, a bit thin. It's already kind of a bit worn. The lever's a little bit marked. You don't get any instructions, but then it's fairly straightforward. So look, it's the price it is, but look, it's a solid piece of aluminium. It's not going to fall apart. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'd say by about the 10th comment, yeah. He spends 20 grand on a bike and he goes and puts a 35 euro fucking gear lever on it. What a cheapskate. Yeah, I'm a cheapskate.